Ladies and gentlemen, this presentation is brought to you by The Greatness Continues LLC. And you are now tuned into The Greatest Conversations, starring Reese Two Times, Shaka the Wise, Sensei J, the Masked Man, Big Z, and your host, D. Jones. Once again, you are tuned into the greatest conversations.
Now, okay, so question. So can both things happen? Like, can you still refuse to denounce God but still be afraid to die? I think that in my position, I think I would.
You don't think that if you?
I think I would be
you
like.
Don't think that he would forgive you?
I think I would refuse what he's saying, but I'd be scared of my own.
No, that's just a dumbass way to die. Listen. Because in the Bible, in Revelations, when it's talking about being tested and things like that, I do feel like during that time frame when Jesus comes and gets his people, that's gonna be a major part of who gets taken first. The Bible talks about after Jesus takes his people, the people left behind, they're going to live a harder life. Then, simple as, it's easy to believe in Jesus, but then after he comes back and everybody knows he's there, then it's like there's no more of this, I believe in Jesus. Now it's like, hey, now you got to walk the walk, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Where niggas, like, the movie Left Behind is a good movie to watch. So it's like...
I haven't seen it.
Okay, so when you talk about the end of times, it's like... Yeah, they're good books. So when you talk about the end of times... The people who denounce God and get the mark of the beast and things like that, it's way different than just taking a bullet at the moment, because Jesus takes everybody. Yeah, you're gonna know he's real and you can be like, Lord, forgive me. He's gonna be like, yeah, I forgive you, but now you gotta walk this hell life just to get to me now. Because before it was as easy as just saying, I believe in God, please forgive me, this and this. Now you got niggas out here for real, hunting you down like you're a dog, and they're gonna ask you the same question again. Do you believe in God? They're gonna torture you. Just say you don't like them, because the moment you say I don't believe in God and they kill you anyway, you don't have no time to repent or nothing. If you believe,
See,
if you have religion,
crazy.
you gotta. Hey, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. If you don't have time to repent, and that's the key thing, is having time to repent. Then you go to hell. And
I
think
believe in the same thing that is that.
A lot of people have their ideas of like the heart. But my thing is, you walk what's in your heart, regardless of what you say that comes out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody like a murderer can say like, I'm a Christian, anybody can say they're a Christian, but it's your heart. God even says like, yeah, you created sin and I'm gonna forgive you, but you still gotta take the punishment of man. Which means like, yeah, you kill somebody, I'll forgive you, but mankind can still punish you in any way they see fit. Like, I'm not intervening in that shit. So you can say, Lord forgave me. Okay, nigga, you still about to get this gas chamber. So good on you, you know what I'm saying?
I think you're crazy. Y'all was talking about not being afraid to die for a cause and for change, for change. You know what I mean? Like,
but this whole, because I'm gonna bring it back. This whole conversation we just had, talking like with you, is yeah, I sound crazy, and Big Z might be, a little screws loose, a little screws loose. But at the end of the day, I just gave information to everybody, right? And it's just like me if I was teaching African.
I'm about to say that. He said you gave something.
I give information to everybody, and you can, and because it's out of my mouth and not out of the literature.
First one off hot.
Yeah, because it's out of my mouth and not off literature, because nobody here sees a Bible on the table, then it's biased. It's automatically biased. So what I could have just said could have been a lot of y'all are like completely false, crazy.
People can check that.
Yeah, you can look, open your fucking Bibles and read it and check it. But how many people actually do that shit? Like Trump.
A lot of people do.
A lot of Trump supporters he say something and they're like, that shit gold, nigga. I don't gotta look.
Some people not like that.
Yeah, but then you got the black community.
The black community. You feel me?
Somebody teach you something about somebody in black history that you never heard of, never knew about, right? Because they said it, you believe it. And it's like they could make up a nigga's name and be like, he was the first person to harness thunder. You're like, oh, he harnessed thunder? Hey, mom, dad, fucking Roger Coolio harness thunder. Nigga, you can't harness thunder, nigga.
Yeah, I mean, that ain't crazy. I'll tell you. I remember for a while they were saying the Jews were creating thunderstorms and all that stuff. Where like it was like a bank.
Bro, Mad River Mountain creates snow. I don't know what they do. Y'all know that? Mad River Mountain is creating fake snow.
Yeah.
You know that? So how is that crazy?
But also,
Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know if y'all were thinking like what he was saying was crazy.
so
'cause, like,
you just
they be
think,
blaming
like,
real people.
the
changing the
majority,
weather.
you think the average person out there is just an idiot?
No, for real, like, I'm gonna hurt feelings.
This is
The average person out there don't got a high IQ. They got a below average IQ. Hey, some of y'all niggas failed the proficiency test and I was there. Y'all didn't pass your OGT. I was there.
But see, that don't mean nothing though.
But the majority
the
of
way
people,
we take tests don't really
Yeah,
sound
that's
like.
true.
that's a good point. That's a good point. But the majority of the people, and I accept that. I'll accept that. The majority of people are inner city, right?
I'll accept.
So they get the majority of the people in every state is in the inner city. Is that true or false?
I don't
The
know.
majority population is
Oh, so
inner city.
I
In the major
do
cities.
not know.
What does rural mean?
Rural looks like countryside.
I got a high IQ that know shit mean.
That was like a.
Rural's like countryside, ain't it? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just
small
making sure.
towns.
I wasn't asking the question because I didn't know. I was asking to make sure he
Right,
didn't just say
right.
something. Like, because he said it so quick, I was like, nigga, like, did you know
Right.
that or did you just say that? Because some people don't know the difference between rural and urban.
Ohio is literally a rural state.
Like some people, but the majority of people live in Columbus, Cleveland, Toledo, Cincinnati, the urban areas. That's why the whole
I don't know. Like, I can't
That's
say.
why if you ever look at like voting,
Bro, you know how many small towns
Yeah,
are in
like
Ohio?
Zanesville, Ashbeulah,
but the
Ashley,
majority,
Ohio.
but the majority, when you look at our vote,
Springfield.
no, the easiest way to look at this is when you look at
Beaver
our vote.
Like you could say downtown maybe
But when you
might
got-
have one of the
Bro,
highest.
Ohio was a red
Really?
state this year.
But
Yeah, but
I would
only-
say the inner city.
Only Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Dayton were blue.
If you look at the population
I
of
ain't looking at
Ohio,
that
like the
somewhere.
majority population of people who live in Ohio, and then you add up the number of people who live in
Yellow
Cleveland,
Springs,
Columbus, Cincinnati, that is the vast majority of people who live in the state of Ohio. If you take all the urban areas, the population of every major urban area,
I can't
and if you
say.
and another thing, if during the election they showed this on the news when it was like people win, not land, they showed a map of the United States and where the majority was blue. And every major blue circle or number was in a city like Houston and things like that. The majority of people are urban. People can move out to rural areas, but they still either bus or take their kids back to an inner city learning environment. It's free.
All right, how do you define an inner city, like a city district?
A city district.
Well, because Columbus
there
is
is,
a
like,
small city.
There's downtown, but then there's
Columbus.
also what they consider.
Are you saying like as far as living conditions
Yeah.
go?
Oh, you saying it's not the same?
Not the same, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
downtown is
yeah,
still
yeah.
more like considered upscale, but the inner city would be, it's
Yeah.
more kind of set off.
It's like
what-
the short. It's like kind of closer to like the short.
To me, it's-
Linden.
Yeah, to me it's
like,
more.
yeah,
To me, it's more.
yeah.
It's more county based. Like Franklin County, to me, is
Yeah,
an urban
like that's
county.
the idea of gentrification, where they
Yeah.
like move. They
Yeah, you move.
continue to move
Yeah. So it's, to
into-
me, it's about the county. The county. That's how I determine what's urban and what's rural and things like that. It's the county based. So I mean, again,
Which Ohio, it's honestly, it's broken down to every county.
Yeah,
it's
it
almost
has like a
even
whole-
fucking city
yeah.
blocks.
When you look at the
sometimes,
election, you see you see how red Columbus is. That's just like the counties voting. And then you look at like the major counties like Franklin County and shit like that. They're all closer, I guess, to like downtown areas. You know what I'm saying? So that was a nice little.
I might have to fact check that. I don't believe it.
Yeah. No, I mean we got phones.
Because how was Ohio red this year then? If
It
the major
was-
cities
so-
were blue, how was Ohio red?
So when I looked at it, because I looked at a zoomed in map,
Yeah.
a lot of like some of the larger areas or the more like popular, I guess, considered areas were more blue. But then there are so many little like small
Areas in this
counties
area.
around that were all red. So it's like it didn't even matter that.
But if you have more people in those combined cities than rural areas, it shouldn't matter.
No, because then you gotta account for people who absolutely voted for old girl, JoJo, and then the other candidates.
Who?
The libertarian.
Libertarian chick,
Yeah, she
yeah.
stole like a good it was like I would say like 5% of the votes in America. So
Yeah, but I mean, if if there's truly so many people, well, I guess we are talking about people who register to vote. And,
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. It gets real technical.
Yeah.
Like people who actually voted, and then people who was like, I'm gonna vote for him, but I ain't actually go out and vote for him. So
Yeah.
I don't know,
Like,
bro.
it was
There's
crazy
still, there's
'cause
still a lot of small cities.
Out of
Because-
like all the states,
You got
Ohio
Indiana,
was the
too.
most like it was like different colors everywhere. Like
I still say
that's why Pennsylvania had to wait for Pittsburgh.
and that's why we're the swing state, quote unquote.
the only
West.
states I would even consider would have a
If you hear me.
a larger urban population. The rural
Yeah,
population
before
is
that.
either LA or not LA,
either
California
man.
or Florida.
And New York.
In New York,
Texas.
oh, New York is probably just
You got New
no-
York,
no
Texas,
rural.
Texas.
I don't know. Texas is a big state, man.
Yeah, Texas.
It's like desert and shit. There's probably a lot
I don't
of
know if
rural.
there'd be more of an urban population in Texas.
I think it'd
if
be
you
more rural.
consider,
There's a lot of farmland in that shit.
yeah.
States like
But I'm saying
Montana.
people though. Like
States
when you
like
say
Montana.
farmland, there's only like, let me see, like in a whole farmland
I'm
congregation.
just
that's
saying-
10
I'm just
people.
Yeah, because like in Conneaut, my hometown, it's like it's a really really big city, but it's very rural. So like even though it's like one of the bigger, smaller cities, it's the population is still like really really small.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
very spacious.
I'm just saying that the vast majority of states is literally empty space.
I mean, hey,
empty
we're
space.
gonna fact check this, but what I want y'all to do too though is look it up. Don't take our word for it. Look it up. You know what I'm saying?
that's where the comment section comes into play.
Yeah, look it up.
It's
Like, dude,
start eating
it's
it.
I should have
urban.
dropped these
Just
comments.
urban, yeah, drop these comments. You know what I'm saying? If urban got more, team urban versus team rural.
Yeah, tell us.
And I hope y'all learned the difference between urban and rural, because some of y'all didn't know what the fuck we were talking about.
But also too kind of but going back to the whole like
calling people stupid.
I know. What is real?
you're like, hey, listen up, idiots.
No, y'all just didn't know shit. So
Crazy, bro.
Listen up. You know be bad too.
open your mind. and be
You're just like
educated.
100% wrong. The whole time.
I wasn't thinking of that. I don't know what that. I don't know.
That's why, hey, I'm
Want to
ready.
know why you're not gonna look this shit up? Because you dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm,
And
Now
like,
you have to look it up because
Hey,
it don't exist.
hey, no cap, no cap. Big Z does wish like I'm wrong. That's the whole point.
That's
I hope
you
I'm
wish
wrong.
you wrong.
That's that ego talking.
No, I do.
Big
Because
Z.
because like
Don't
in my
want
mind,
Big Z to be right.
yeah, because like listen,
bro, I don't know what you on. Like I don't know what.
Listen,
You know?
because if I'm right, then you know what I'm saying. Like I'm calling everybody stupid. If I'm right, then everybody's stupid.
Like,
But
I
if
don't
I'm
think
wrong,
everybody's
you know
But
what I'm
why
saying?
are everybody stupid if you're
Yeah,
right, though?
like-
Why are people stupid?
Did that make you stupid?
They just mean that they're just not informed.
You know what I mean? Like what is
How
that?
They're not
would that make me
stupid.
stupid?
It's
Because if everybody's right and you wrong, nigga, then you dumb.
Yeah, I would
And
rather
everybody
be
else smart.
That's what I'm saying. I would rather be the misinformed person, because the one thing that Big Z wants to do is put himself. That's why I'm here with y'all. That's why I'm talking
Bro,
to
I
Sucking
don't
the
know,
Wise.
though.
I want to be around people
You know
who are
what I mean?
smarter than me, so they can teach me.
Oh, so you
know
think
what
I'm
saying?
smarter than you?
Yeah, that's why I challenge you. You know what I'm saying? That's
what
why Big Z always challenging people. You know what I'm saying? Look at his clothes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he clean. You know what I'm saying? He clean. You know, look
Got
at
the-
his
got the
clothes.
weeds on you,
Big
Bill.
Z over here. Big Z over here roughing it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me work when you work. You know what I'm saying?
He
You
said,
know what I'm
"Ain't
saying?
where you work."
You know, so Big Z, is trying to surround himself. That's why he's with the greatest continues, you know? Because I mean,
TGC.
these niggas is great. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get my foot in the
Greatest
door.
continues.
Trying to prove myself to
And the music coming.
You know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
that right?
Yeah, trying to
The
prove
music
myself to the
coming.
council, you know what I'm saying? Everybody here is business owners. You know, Big Z trying to make it,
Yeah,
you know?
bro.
Right. TGC
Myself to the
LLC
count.
You know what I'm saying?
officially incorporated.
The money making. That's right. That's my point. The money making.